I got your bitch. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. They are to be ashamed. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Sitting down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. Goddamn right, bitch. Look at here. There you go. They're out here sharing marijuana. Look at here. There you go. The same
ToughnNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas. It's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack. Featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Today is Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. And this is episode number 972 of Barry on Deck. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the program. This shit is not going to get it. I'm trying the new headphones. It is not working, folks. Driving me fucking crazy. Oh my God. Pissing me off. Making me angry. I don't know how else to make this happen. I don't know what else to do. Yeah, I don't know how to accomplish. It's just, fuck. It's going to make me angry. I don't know. I don't know what else to do here. Hope you're doing good. Good to see you. Good to have you here. This is, not good. God damn it. Well, welcome to the show. So, late start. Nora's still homesick. I probably should be. Felt like shit all day. Allergies whooping my ass. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I really don't know what the fucking problem is with this. It doesn't make any sense at all. No, doesn't make any sense. No idea. No clue. No clue what it could be. Nonetheless, hey, we're here. We're doing it. All right. What up, H-Town dude? Good to see you, man. So we got a show today. I need to update the topics. We're not doing those topics. Those topics are old. Let's see here. We've got on tap for today. Man, your boy is feeling rough. Them allergies be whooping my ass. Yes, indeed. This topic is very embarrassing, but whatever. And today we're going to do an Ask Me Anything About Anything. So if you want to do the Ask Me Anything About Anything stuff, feel free to do that. I will put that in the top corner. We hadn't done that in a long time. There you go, bottom corner. So what's up, everybody? Good to see ya. Let's see, who all's checked in here? We got Stream Elements. No. What up, FJ? Patch? Hey, Seuss. My sweet, sweet Donna. Total Dallas is here. John Dorier, good to see you, buddy. Flip, good to see you. Tony the Handsome, PB Dubs, Heartthrob, H-Town Dude, Alex Villanueva, and there we go. All caught up. This is gonna drive me fucking insane with these headphones. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, it's just on the microphone. I don't know what to do. I don't fucking know. And it wasn't like that with the other headphones. That's what's weird. It's driving me crazy. Anyways, I'll just get used to it. I'll be sending a 1-star nomination beginning tomorrow. Okay. That's cool. I'm just gonna take these off right now. And so if your bits come in and I miss them, sorry. I'll do my best to try to catch them as they pop up. But I cannot fucking listen to that echo for the remainder of this show. Which, by the way, we'll probably have to cut a little short today. I apologize. Getting ready to go out of town tomorrow. We'll be gone the rest of the week. But I got to go get a rent car for my wife because we still don't have a car for her. And also have to go to a dealership to try and get her a car. So lots going on before I head out of town. B is your system being an unfrosted Pop-Tart. I wish I was in a better mood to enjoy that. I really do. I wish I was in a better mood to enjoy that. I'm just not. And that sucks because that was pretty good. But I'm just, yeah. But that was good. You deserve better. You definitely deserve better. You definitely deserve better, but I'm just not in. You ever have just one of those days where you're just like, it ain't one of those. Yeah, it's one of those. So, but we are going to have fun. I'm going to do my best to entertain you guys. I'm going to do my best to have fun with you guys. But I do want to talk. These topics I think are important. We're going to have a good time. We're going to cut up a little bit. Hold on. I got to get this little doohickey here. There we go. Cut, paste, show. There we go. All right. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yes. Dirty bitch. Okay. We all deserve better without Total Dallas. You're a dick, Alex. All right. So we do have some topics to get to. I really want to talk about last night's Astros game, but let's get to some headlines. Because probably, like I said, we're going to have to cut today's show a little bit short so I can get all this stuff done before I head out of town. Because I still have to get all my shit packed, merch. I got to go buy a car. I got to go get a rent car. And it sucks because I got to go buy a car. And the car's not even here yet. What? I know. It's on the way. So, Zyrtec his wife's go-to. I've been taking Zyrtec for 7 years. Every morning. You know what fucked me up is leaving town. Left town, went to Colorado, and I still took my Zyrtec. Still took it while I was out of town, but for some reason, I think leaving the allergy-riddled air of Houston, Texas, and then returning really fucked my face up. Because, Jesus, I do not feel okay. And I'm not sick. Like, I went and taught a comedy workshop last night at the Punchline, so I don't, feel like... I don't feel sick, but I just feel like my head's going to explode, like phlegmy. You know what I mean? I went through that too, Barry. 3 weeks for it to get delivered. Ugh. Yeah, it's on the way, they say. It's supposed to be here this week. We'll see, Donna. We shall see. What the heck is this? I don't know what this is. I don't even know who this is from. I just got somebody saying they're working on my payment, but that's weird, man. This is so weird. Was out of town last weekend too. Oh, is that what happened to you? Same thing? Yeah. No, I'm not getting a Tesla, or Nora's not getting a Tesla. She's getting a Volkswagen Tiguan, which I learned is a combination of a tiger and iguana. Who the fuck? What kind of? By the way, shout out to my sis-in-law for this dope ass shirt. Call me old fashioned. Get it? Cause it's a okay. I'll fuck off. I don't know what this is. I have no idea. Bro, my wife's uncle reserved a car because he just got totaled, hit a deer while we were in Colorado. And he gets driven an hour and a half to Durango only to find out they didn't have a car for him. Oh. Yeah, so we're what we're gonna do. Excuse me. So some of you might remember an old suspect from back in the day named Tyler Miller. I think he even popped in on this show when it first started and hung out for a bit. But he's in the car business, and I posted about hate having the car shop, and it's really just because I hate having the car shop because I know I haven't been in the car business and sold cars. I just know all of the games, everything. And so it drives me crazy that I have to sit through it all because they just will not make exceptions. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go to them and be like, look, bro, I sold cars. I don't want to play the games. Like, I know that there's going to be other people that come along that you can do this with and rip their head off, but could we just skip that with me? Because I'm not going to do it. Like, you're not going to get me. I did this. So let's just skip all that bullshit. And let's just get straight to it. But they won't fucking do it. They just won't do it. And it's like, man, I don't want to play these games with you, bro. But inevitably, no matter what, and you can even tell them, hey, man, I used to sell cars. Can we just skip the nonsense? They're like, oh, yeah. And then they go right into it. It's like, oh, my God. And it's simple shit. It's like, and when we did this whole thing, there's like 2 different videos somewhere around here where I taught you guys, was it 1 or 2 shows where I taught you guys how to buy a car? But it never failed. I can show you the text. Here, I'll show you. So Tyler Miller said, hey, reach out to this guy at this dealership. He's the GM and he'll take care of you. I was like, okay, we'll see. So I hit him up and he says, I'm just going to email this just because I want y'all to see exactly what I'm talking about. Because it's exactly the shit that I've been telling you happens. Yes. So I said, yeah, cool. I'll give him a call, man. He says, yeah, call this dude. He won't give you the runaround or whatever. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. So I text the dude, and he's like, hey, what's up? Yeah, Tyler told me you would call. What are you looking for? And I told him. He said, cool. So then he turns me to one of the sales guys, which I understand. The GM of a dealership is not going to handle my shit one-on-one necessarily. So I get that. He's going to make sure, sales guy takes care of me and gets me all lined up. But maybe, he'll work with me directly on the numbers, I would hope, or whatever. But, man, I don't know why this isn't. The auto white balance on this isn't working, and it should be. Let me check the Canon Connect on here. If this dies, I'll have to. So, hey, what up, Rudy Rod? So I get a hold of the guy. He says, cool. And then one of his salespeople called me, right? I'm like, okay, no problem. One of his salespeople calls me, and he starts talking to me. And, he's like, hey, I understand you're interested. I'm like, yep, already driven. Don't need to come in for a test drive or any of that nonsense. And then he hits me with one thing that I always told you guys. Remember what I told you? Is that triangle of buying a car, right? Remember that? I taught you guys. And for those of you that maybe have missed it, I'll briefly touch on it again. I taught you guys that when you're buying a car, it's the triangle. They get you on the new car or the car that you're buying. All right, let me start over here. You're buying a car, it's the triangle. All right. So there's 3 ways that dealers make money off of you. It's the car that you're buying or the new car. It's your trade-in. And it's in finance. And that's the 3 ways that dealers make money on you. And you should always negotiate each of these separately. So you never do these all at once. Each of these is their own transaction and should be treated as such. But dealers like to not do that. But you should never do that. So to prove my point, this is just dealers, just car guys. Look at this. This is the question that I got asked via text. It's like, okay, I know I have some down at Clear Lake. He put, awesome. Are you planning on trading in a vehicle or just adding one? And the reason he's asking that is because he wants to know, are they going to have to attack on that one point on the pyramid? Is that one point on the pyramid like the main thing? Yeah, so remember we talked about it, So I've got the new car I'm buying. We've got financing and then trade-in. And so he wants to know if this is in play. So that they know, hey, how much work do we need to do here? So I didn't say no. I just said right now I'm focusing on the Tiguan. Because I don't want them to know if there's a trade-in or not. That's none of your business. Let's just work on this. Right? That's what I said. This is what we're focused on right here. This is what we're doing. We're not worried about this. We're not worried about this. This is it. We are totally focused on this bad boy and a price. That's it. And then we can look at trade-in, and then we can look at finance. But right now, this is our sole focus. And this is the games they play right here. I mean, they're here. You see it. Will you be trading in a vehicle or just adding one? That's so that they know how to attack the triangle. And it's part of the game. I get it. I just fucking hate it so much. Ugh, I hate it. All right, so I'm done bitching. But we're going out there today. So hopefully the GM did text me. He goes, hey man, I'm going to take care of you when you get out here. We'll see. I'll believe it when I see it. Let's talk about this Astros game last night. Can we? I hope you watched it. I hope you watched the Astros game last night. One of the most attended Astros games of the season. we knew it was going to be an important game. Okay. We knew that the game had significance because Carlos Correa was returning as an Astro, first home game. Alex Bregman was coming back as an Astro, as a Red Sox, no longer an Astro. And on top of that, Christian Javier was making his first start since May of 2024. Lot of big significance in all of those. So last night's game had a lot of significance. Hey, what up, Uriel? We're talking Astros, last night's game against the Red Sox. But what if I told you that none of that was the most important thing that happened last night? What if I told you that the most important thing that happened last night didn't happen until the last out? Let me explain something. Last night's game had a lot of emotional significance for Astros fans and for maybe even the players. But what took place in the ninth inning? I think you're going to see will pay dividends long term for this team, especially come postseason. And the reason I say that is because, one, it was good to see Christian Javier go 5 innings. Good. Only gave up 2 earned runs, and that was the Bregman home run. After that, he kind of settled in, got his pitch count up, was able to throw 85 pitches, kind of locked in after a rough first inning. I mean, I think he was over 20 pitches in that first inning. But no, I'm not even talking about Hader on the DL. I'm not talking about Neris DFA'd. None of that. Not what I'm talking about. Nope. None of that is what was significant about last night. The most significant thing about last night was the final out. Because last night's game felt like a playoff game. And if you've watched Astros baseball, if you've watched baseball, playoff baseball, MLB baseball, or I should say MLB playoff baseball for any length of time, then you know that what happened last night is very similar to what happens in the playoffs. Very similar. So you saw one team jump out to an early lead. You saw the home team come back and then stretch that lead. And then you saw the bullpen choke. And not so much choke, but you saw the other team mount a comeback. And there was this tipping point in the ninth inning with 2 outs. There was a runner on second base, the tying run on second base, the go-ahead run at the plate, and 2 outs. And what we know now is that Hader wasn't available. Abreu wasn't available. Neris had gone 2/3 of an inning and given up 3 runs. Ort had gone an inning, no earned runs. Okert had gone an inning and given up a run. And De Los Santos had gone an inning. But was the recipient of some bad luck when Pena had the ball when he bounced off of him. So there was 2 outs and a runner on second. and you had a lefty come to the plate, Joe Espada goes out and gets Bennett Sousa. And that's a big time moment because it felt like a playoff game. The Red Sox had just swept the Astros. They're one of the hottest teams in baseball right now. I mean, let's see. Hold on. What are they after the break? I'm curious. Let me see their schedule. Red Sox after the break are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had won 5 in a row, but they are 6-4 after the break. But they had won 5 in a row, including that sweep of the Astros. Well, they just got their ass whooped by San Diego. But up until that point, and until last night's game, coming into last night's game, they were 6-3. So, felt like a playoff game. And what you got out of last night was you had Bennett Sousa go in a very high leverage situation, this packed stadium, playoff atmosphere, high leverage situation, game on the line. No Hader, no Abreu. Hey, kid, it's on you. Lefty on lefty, runner on second, base hit ties the game, home run loses the game, possibly. You're going to get an at-bat, but... And he goes in, and after, a couple of pitches and some shit that goes down, he gets the strikeout, and you could tell what it meant. You could tell the way he turned around and screamed, and you just felt this sigh of relief. It killed the comeback, but it meant a lot to this team, not to this team to get the win, but to him. But it also meant something important going forward. And it meant, man, you can count on this dude in a high leverage situation. And that moment last night was huge because come playoff time, when that moment arises again, Joe Espada now knows that he can go to Bennett Sousa in a lefty on lefty matchup in a high leverage situation with the game on the line and run him out there. See what happens. Now you've got Hader, hopefully, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But that meant something because you're not going to be running him out there in the ninth. That's not the point. What I mean is in the sixth or in the seventh or possibly even in the eighth inning, when there's a rally going on, maybe runners on second and third and a lefty comes up in the playoffs, and you need an out. You need one out to get out of the inning. And there's a left-handed bat coming up. It's nice to know that you can look into that bullpen and you can call on Sousa and feel comfortable that he can come in and get you that out because he just did it in a huge spot in the regular season. They could not lose last night. They could not choke that game away. Not in that moment. Correa homecoming, Bregman coming back, Javier starting, big lead gone, half game up, choked away a big division lead. My God, you couldn't lose that game. Everything was on the line. That was a big out. Don't mistake that. That relief, that scream that he did when he turned his back, when he got the strikeout, was huge, man. He knew that. He came through for his team. That was a big fucking out. Huge out. So, now look, had they just gotten their ass whooped from the get-go, okay, it happens. Let's go out and win the series, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that he was able to come in that situation after everything that had happened leading up to that point and get that out, that mattered. And that meant something. So that's something that Joe Espada can look to Because, during the trade deadline, we talked about the fact that, look, this bullpen is tired because of all of the injuries to this rotation, and you got to know who you can count on, and you got to know who are your high leverage guys and who are guys that in the playoffs you really start to look at matchups more. What's up, Mad Chillin'? You're right. That was a badass game. But you got to know who you can count on. And Joe Espada now knows that Sousa is a guy. He's got him a dude that he can go to. That was a huge, huge moment for this team, I felt like. And for Sousa and for that bullpen. Because now you look at it and go, okay. We always knew it was a Abreu hater, and we'll get to the injury thing with hater. But now you can go, Sousa's got them stones. I don't know what his splits are against righties, but I like it. Big time save.
Heck
Huge
yeah.
save. Big time save. Hey, Angry Amish, thank you for resubscribing, man. Angry Amish just resubscribed for 10 months. That's what's up, man. Thank you very much. And I don't have my headphones on, so I can't hear shit, so I apologize. Let's see. Hold on. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Sorry, the club that I'm working this weekend is asking me for something. That's Paul on YouTube, FYI. Oh, dope. Okay. That's what's up. Where is that? Where is that? I don't see Paul on YouTube. Nothing popped up over there. Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying, Angry. I got you. So big moment, man. Huge moment. And Seattle was off. Oh, Paul said I'm here creeping. Seattle was off, so half game lead turns into a 1 game lead. So yeah. Big time game last night. Now let's talk about the Hader injury because it's the well, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do our headlines because we're going to get into that with it. So let's get our sports headlines in, and that's one of the things we're going to talk about. Come on. All right, here's your sports headlines for the day. Speaking of injury news, Texans tight end Brevin Jordan out for the season. Knee injury. Not great. Let me pull up the article here. Not good news for the Texans, but tight end Brevin Jordan suffered a right knee injury during Monday's practice. Has been placed on season-ending injured reserve. Jordan had to be carted off the field, initially trying to walk it off. Injury happened during 11-on-11 drills. As quarterback C.J. Stroud threw a pass down the seam to Jordan. Fifth-year tight end jumped but couldn't corral the pass. Jordan landed immediately, fell to the ground, grabbed his lower right leg. He initially got up and was assisted by trainers, but did not want to walk with them, insisting he was fine. After a few moments of not putting pressure on the leg, he eventually became emotional as the medical cart approached. Sorry. The pressure in my face. Texas players and coaches huddled around Jordan as he was in tears while sitting on the cart. After Jordan was carted away, players huddled and spoke to each other in the circle before resuming practice. It even mentions the fact he tore his ACL in week 2 in 2024 against the Bears. So that sucks. It says Jordan was competing for a starting role. Dalton Schultz, Cade Stover, Dalton Keene, and Luke Lashy are the other tight ends on the roster. So there you go. Sucks, man. Really sucks. Sucks for that dude. Hate to see it. This is a guy who played in 2 games last year and missed the whole season because of injury. 2 games, 2 receptions, 3 targets, 7 yards. Misses the entire season because of ACL surgery. And then finally makes it back. Done again. Well, yeah, done again. So that sucks. Sucks for him. And prior to that, he had played in 9 games, 11 games, and 14 games. And those 14 games in 2023, 17 receptions on 21 targets, 219 yards, average almost 13 yards per target. So, yeah. Really sucks. 5th round pick out of Miami for the Texans. Speaking of injuries, 49ers, Kyle Shanahan is eyeing week 6 for a return for Brandon Ayuk. Hey, yo, be handed. Thank you for resubscribing for 33 months. You're the man, sir. Much appreciated. Yeah, Poch, that's such a bummer for him. I know, bro. That's what sucks, man. It does, man. I mean, I'm not gonna feel sorry for millionaires, but at the same time, one thing like that, and your whole career hangs in the balance. I mean, potentially hangs in the balance. Really sucks. Imagine, if you will, you're a barista, and you rupture your elbow, and now you can never do it again. Done. You have no way to earn a living. That's all you know. You know, maybe you're like a archaeologist. You blow your shoulder out. Now you can't dig. You can't do shit. That's the thing, man. For most of us, we don't have to worry about those things. That's the one thing athletes have to worry about, man, is their careers are short compared to us. And they could be even shorter. A few more headlines for you while we are here. There's the Astros news. Josh Hader was sidelined with shoulder discomfort. Oh, shit. That is not the word that you want to hear coming out of Astros news. The word discomfort. That's scary. It says Astros all-star closer Josh Hader was unavailable Monday night after experiencing shoulder discomfort. Joe Spada said after Houston's 7-6 win that the left-hander, quote, he just did not feel right. Excuse me, after a workout Monday, and the Astros sent him from testing. We're waiting on the results, and we should have something more tomorrow. Spada didn't specify which shoulder was bothering Hader. Hader, who's on his 2nd season in Houston, is 6-2 with a 2.05 ERA, is tied for 3rd in the majors with 28 saves and 48 appearances this season. Yeah. Perry said discomfort equals call 911. Oh, Lord, need an ambulance. It's not good. It's scary. Anytime you hear somebody with the Astros say discomfort, it's like their favorite word. And I'll tell you what, hey, what up, Brian? I'll tell you one thing. I also saw, I don't know where I saw this. I think I was just walking around the house. But Dana Brown said that Isaac Paredes, I was outside doing my breaks. I was outside working in the yard. I mean, working in the garage, working on my car. And Dana Brown just said that Isak Paredes decided to forego surgery on his injury and is going to rehab instead in hopes of making it back this season. I don't like this. This gives me a bad feeling. This scares me. One, it scares me that you're looking at a potential Tyrese Halliburton type sitch where he's going to come back and make it worse and then be out all next season, as opposed to just getting the surgery done now. And I don't know who's pushing this. Is this the Astros pushing him to do this, or is this his decision? Now, it's his body. These guys ultimately get to make the call, and sometimes teams get upset. And sometimes guys will err on the side of caution and be like, nah, I'm going to get the surgery and I'll be back next year. Because, players' money is guaranteed in baseball. He could just as easily say, I'm going to opt for the surgery and go the safe route, protect my career. I'll be back. So to say, nah, I'll risk it. And I don't know. I don't know whose decision it was or is. I don't know if the Astros pushed him, but it makes me nervous. Either way, I'm scared. Given the track record of this team, given the injury history this year, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's not good. You know what I'm saying? It's not good. But Godspeed. Godspeed to him. All right, last headline. NBA opening night, we getting Warriors, Lakers, and Rockets, Thunder, amongst others. This says, additionally, opening night of the 2025 NBA season will feature Houston Rockets at the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder and the Warriors at the Lakers. Games will be played on October 21st. Televised on NBC. ESPN will tip off his coverage with two opening weekend doubleheaders. October 22nd, the Cavs will visit the Knicks. The Mavs will face the Spurs. Following night, Thunder Pacers in a finals rematch, and then Nuggets Warriors. Additionally, there will be 5 games on ABC, ESPN on Christmas. And those games are Cavs Knicks, Spurs Thunder, Rockets Lakers, Mavs Warriors, and Timberwolves Nuggets. It says the Knicks will be playing their 58th Christmas game, extending their NBA record. First Christmas game in league history was at Madison Square Garden in 1947. Cavs and Thunder are playing a Christmas game for the first time since 2018. The Rockets game on the holiday will be their first since 2019. Lakers star LeBron James, if he plays, will be making his 20th Christmas appearance in his record 23rd NBA season. Only 12 NBA franchises have 20 Christmas games, and James could soon have that many as a player. And it'll be a big NBA holiday in Texas. All 3 of the state's teams are playing on Christmas for the first time. It says Martin Luther King Day Jr. Lineup on January 19th features 4 games. Bucks Hawks, Thunder Cavs, Mavs Knicks, and Celtics Pistons. So, NBA Cup games are scheduled to be released Wednesday. Full schedule, 80 of the 82 games for all teams is to be released Thursday. With the remaining 2 games for each club will be filled in December based on how teams fare in the NBA Cup. Oh, I forgot they do that. Stupid ass cup. Yay, cup. KB Holmes had injury history just this year. It seems like this year is worse, more so than any other. I mean, it's been recent, but this year more so than any other, I feel like. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Total MLB team injuries by year. Uh, 2025 injury report. Pitch clock, first year analysis. Injury tracker on Spot Track. 60-day injured list. 2024. Oh, okay. This shows all of the injury transactions for a team. Interesting. And their dates. So this shows like activated injury report 2024 Houston group by injury. Group by team, group by injury. Oh. Oh, wow. Man, this is crazy looking. Hold on. Let me share this with you guys. This is a pretty interesting looking thing here. Let me fix this real quick. Hold on. Let's see. Hmm. Okay. So, yeah, okay. This shows. So this shows them by injury. Okay. Let me see. All right, cool. Here we go. So this is injury report by injury. Gosh, this goes all the way back to 2020. Here we go. This is Tommy John surgeries, ankle, back, calf, and all that. Let's see here. Go back. What are we doing here? Stop. 2020, all teams, Tommy John surgery. Look at that. This is all teams Tommy John surgery. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how many teams had Tommy John surgery. I wish I could get a count. How many is that? Because then you could just look at like Houston. You can go boop. Houston in 2020 1. 2021. What the heck? Oh, that was activated. 2022. So no Tommy John surgeries. 2023. 1. Luis Garcia. 2024. 3. Luis Garcia, Jose Urquidy, Christian Javier. And then this year, 2025. But those were the activateds. Luis Garcia, Christian Javier, and then Hayden Wisniewski and Ronel Blanco. Interesting. Man, this is nerd side if I've ever seen it. I love it. Yeah, it's very nerdy. Fangraphs is amazing, bro. Fangraphs is really cool. And you can group by team. So you can show here's all the injuries for the Astros in 2025 right here. This is everybody. So it'll have like multiple listed, right? So you could see like when guys got activated and then when they went back. So like Lance was activated 3/24 and then he was activated again on 7/20. Yeah. So it shows you. Oh, and then there you go. Blister on finger, 15-day DL, 7/20. So yeah, it shows you the injury date and status and all that shit. Oh yeah, Lance sprained foot 6/10. There you go. Interesting stuff. And you can group by injury, group by team. But there's all the Astros injuries. And then but it's here. Look at this closer depth. Yeah, dude, it's got all kinds of shit. But I did like this injury report for 2025. Well, I don't want to group by San Diego Padres. I want to show all teams. So yeah, you can see like the Angels have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players injured. That's it. 6 players. Baltimore, Boston, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit. Look at it. Everybody else's fits in that nice little window. New York, at the Athletics, Seattle, Tampa Bay Rays. Look at everybody's little injury windows there. See that? Isn't that nice? Look at that. That's cute. Man, look at Houston. Look at that. That's crazy. Dodgers is pretty stout, too. That was a lot. Dodgers and the Astros. Mets have quite a bit. Yep. It'd be interesting to see, though, like, how much did the pitch clock affect, like, Tommy John surgeries? Look how many Tommy Johns there are this year. Look at all that. Of course, a lot of this is like retroactives because like Luis Garcia, because he had to be on it this year again because it was retroactive to last year and all that. So it's kind of weird. It kind of bleeds over. Astros have 30. That's crazy. Oh, total Dallas. Boo freaking who. But the funny thing is, if the Rangers had a lot of injuries and that was the reason that they sucked, not just the fact that they sucked, you'd be in here talking about their injuries. So, suck it, nerd. All right, let's talk about UFC for a minute. Big news out of the UFC. I don't know if you heard this. Yes, you would, Total Dallas. You've done it before. Don't know if you heard this or not, but the UFC's model has always been a pay-per-view model. Always. Always how they made their money. And hold on. um, the UFC has always made money on pay-per-view. It's been their model forever, since the beginning. It was always a pay-per-view business. They've always relied on that. Well, not anymore. Okay. Hmm. Um, the UFC has reached an agreement. So they've been had an agreement with ESPN, and I don't remember what that agreement was worth. Let me see if it said in the article, because ESPN did a write up on this. Let's see, UFC, Paramount, ESPN. There we go. UFC had signed a deal with them. UFC events currently air on ESPN, which has offered tiered pricing for fans. Since 2019. Yeah. That's when the UFC and ESPN had signed a deal. But this deal is a big deal. So Paramount and TKO Group, which is the parent company of the UFC, signed a deal, and it's an average annual value of $1.1 billion. 7-year agreement. So it's worth $7.7 billion total over 7 years. It says under the deal, Paramount will exclusively distribute the UFC's full slate of its 13 marquee numbered events and 30 fight nights on its streaming platform, Paramount Plus, with selected numbered events also set to simulcast on CBS starting in 2026. Dana White said this deal puts UFC amongst the biggest sports in the world. The exposure provided by Paramount and CBS networks under this new structure is a huge win for our athletes and anyone who watches and loves the sport. Now, the interesting thing about that quote is, when the UFC, the way this used to work in MMA is that fighters were able to go out and get their own sponsors. So their shorts were like a billboard and their t-shirts were like a billboard. So they could have sponsor ads on their shirts, on their shorts, whatever, and they could sell that space and make extra money. And then they would have a banner that hung behind them, same thing. Well, the UFC did away with that and said, you can't do that anymore. We have sponsorships and we will give you a cut based on your level. And it was nowhere near what some of these fighters were able to go out and get. In some cases, these fighters, like young fighters that were new, weren't really able to get much, if anything. So it was a nice little payday. But for some of the bigger names in the sport, it was actually a loss. So they didn't like it. But with the UFC inking a $7.7 billion deal, I'll be curious. And that's just the TV rights, basically. If you think about it, this is just the rights to air the sport. So Paramount and CBS will run commercials to make up the money. They'll do their own advertising and marketing. So that's what's going to be curious now. Is the UFC going to pimp out its fighters and make them wear advertising? Because when Dana White says stuff like, this is going to be a great deal for our fighters, This is going to be great exposure for them. Look, I'm a little bit sus of this, okay? Now, I covered this sport for a long time. And some of you know, and I don't say this to drop names, but some of you know I'm good friends with Mick Maynard, who is a matchmaker for the UFC. He's like high up, very high up in the organization. So he's a friend of mine. And Mick's a great dude. And he just makes fights. He doesn't deal with all this other shit. And Mick has always been, like, Mick owned Legacy Fights here in Houston, and Mick was always above board and always took care of the fighters. And so Mick's a different cat. But I know as long as I was around the business, and I'd never met Dana White, but I know and have seen how Dana White operates. And Dana White cares about the UFC first, before he cares about the fighters. So when he says shit like, oh, this is great for the fighters, he don't give a fuck about the fighters. Not first. Not initially. That's not why he inked this deal. Even though, without the fighters, there is no UFC. And of course, without the UFC, there is no fighters, but there could be other organizations. That's the crazy thing. But I'm interested to see where where this goes as far as brand deals for the fighters. Keep an eye on it. Let's see what happens. Is the UFC going to force these guys to wear whatever Paramount and CBS does? So it's like this, basically. Okay? Let's take the NBA, right? The NBA, they get a salary. They get a guaranteed salary. There's a minimum. There's a salary cap. There's insurance. There's guarantees. And there's a contract. And there's no marketing deals, or you can't, like LeBron James can't sell space on his shorts. Can't do that. There's rules about the uniform. Okay? There's rules about the uniform. And I think Dana White would tell you that our sport should be no different. But there's also a union. And that's the one thing Dana White has fought tooth and fucking nail against, is a fighters union. He doesn't want it. He refuses to allow it. He would much rather die and watch the UFC die than to have a fighters union. And that's the big difference, is that there is a players association in basketball, in baseball, and in football. So while they can't sell advertising on their jerseys and they get their salaries, there's also a union to make sure that what takes place is fair. That doesn't exist in the UFC. They are contract workers. They are 1099. There is no union. And so it is a different dynamic. So you can't have it both ways. You can't operate like the NFL and say, well, the NFL does this. You don't get to advertise on NFL jerseys, and the NFL sells the TV rights to these big networks and makes their money, and this is how they distribute it. Yeah, but they also operate within a union, a players union. So either you allow the fighters to start a union and unionize and deal with it, or let them be 1099 and put the shit on their shirt and their shorts and make their money, because they're independent contractors. They should be able to do what the fuck they want to do. I think it's horseshit. And this stuff about, oh, well, this is great for our fighters. No, it's great for your stock value. That's what it's great for. Because you have not allowed the fighters to make money off of their name, image, and likeness like they used to. You've controlled that. You've taken it away. But you've continued to elevate the amount of money that you make. But fighters' salaries haven't increased proportionally. Pretty shitty. Pretty shitty. Is anybody going to hear this? No. No. I'm just telling you, keep an eye out on it, folks. I know there's 40, 30, some odd, 21 on Twitch, 10 on YouTube. And then most of these shows get a couple hundred people that watch them over time. Drop in the bucket. Who am I? All right, just some fledgling YouTube fuckface that used to be on the radio. Mark my words. You watch a deal like this, while it's great for it's great for the pocketbooks and it's great for the stock. This is the kind of deal that's going to spark a fighters union. This is the kind of deal that could very well cause the fighters to unionize. But who am I? And that was the other point I was going to get to, Amos, on that point. So the teams sell space on the jersey. And that's why I was taking the NBA as the example. The teams sell ads in the arena. And they sell ads, corporate sponsorships on the jersey. The players aren't allowed to do that because the league owns the uniform. But again, the players are not independent contractors. The players are employees of the league. It's like you work for McDonald's. So you wear the McDonald's uniform, right? You work at UPS, you wear the UPS uniform. If you work for the NFL and the Houston Texans, you wear the Texans uniform. And if they're sponsored by NRG and they want to put that NRG logo on there, that's their right and their business. They've paid you your salary that you've agreed upon. But you are an employee. And you are a member of an employee union because you are an employee. But the dynamic is so different in the UFC. Dana White has fought tooth and nail not to allow these fighters to unionize. But he won't make them employees. And that's why he won't make them employees. Because they would unionize. But then he controls them like they're employees by not letting them put their own advertising on their shorts. It's not your uniform. I'm an independent contractor. These are my shorts. No, you have to wear our stuff. Why? Well, you're fighting in our league, but I'm an independent contractor. It's bullshit. It really is. What's up, Shock? Thank you, buddy. Amy says the team sells space on their jerseys, and players get a part of the jersey sales. Maybe they can work something out like that. Oh, they do. So in that regard, the UFC has signature shirts, right? Like you can go out and get a Derek Black Beast t-shirt, or Derek Lewis shirt. You can get I remember back in the day, you could get like an Anderson Silva shirt or one of my favorite fighters was Vitor Belfort. You could get a Vitor Belfort shirt or a George St. Pierre or whoever I haven't watched it in fucking ever. I'll probably watch it now because it's free. Or, you pay $12.99 a month for it. But for Paramount Plus, by the way, your prices are going to go up. But the fact is, yes, when you go out and you buy those shirts or whatever, they have signed a deal with the UFC, an NIL deal. Because the UFC can't just use their name, image, and likeness to sell t-shirts and not give them money back. They can't do that. So you go to the UFC's website, for example, and you go to the UFC store, you go to shop.ufc.com, And they've got, well, so see, they've got the UFC shorts or whatever. But you go to UFC 319. Oh, let's see. Apparel fighters. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. So if you go over here to fighters and you choose like, I'm going to buy, oh gosh, they still have John Jones up. Here, I'll go with Charles Oliveira since I know him. Charles the Bronx Oliveira shirt. I'll buy this shirt for $32.99. He's going to get a cut of that. Probably not a big cut, but he's going to get a cut. So I bet this runs on Shopify. Oh, no, Fanatics. Okay. Because I was going to say, this looks exactly like my Shopify store. But yeah, so anytime you do that, they get a cut. But the events, kind of same thing. Like you can see UFC 319. And you can just get like a UFC 319 jersey. So they don't get a cut of this because there's no NIL on here. There's no name, image, or likeness. This is just Chicago and 319. That's all UFC money. Every bit of it. Only when it has the names of the fighters or their signatures or anything like that would they get a cut. So, yeah, so even like this. Nope, not a cut. So, yep. That's how, and they do share those because these guys will have their own walkout shirts and walkout jerseys. I'm surprised Derek Lewis isn't on here. But I guess he's kind of lost a little bit of his luster. Here he is. Let's see. There we go. Derek Lewis. Because my balls is hot. Yeah, here's all Derek Lewis's stuff. Got a page full of stuff. Let's see. Oh, that's a pretty dope shirt. That's so crazy to see him blowing up like that. Black Beast. Okay, that's cool. Damn, $114? Oh, that's his authentic walkout shirt. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's like a jersey or whatever. Hoodie is $70. Man, that's wild. That's crazy. Couldn't be me. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, so there you go. So that's kind of how that works. But I'll just say this. I'll say it again. Be on the lookout. This could be the catalyst for a fighters union. Perry hadn't asked me anything about anything. Ask me anything about anything with your MMA background and knowledge. Also, you knowing a pretty high up NICK in the UFC world. You consider working with him and Dana White. I don't know what that means. Pretty high up. I'm not sure what that means. Are you asking if I would work with Nick in the UFC? Type it again, Perry. I'm not sure what you're asking. Are you saying like me and Sharara getting together and doing some stuff? We had talked about it. I just got so burned out on MMA and doing anything in the business that I was like, nah. I've had people approach me about getting back into the sport and covering it or doing whatever, and I was just like, nah. I'm just so over the MMA bullshit. Nah, I'm good. Hey, what up, Joe Pro? Thank you for the 303 bits, buddy. I can't hear shit, so I'm just going to assume it all popped off correctly. But Joe Pro said, hey, good afternoon, Mr. Laminack. Hello, deckheads. My balls is hot. Yes, I'm sure they are out there. What up, Walt? Oh, Mick Maynard. Oh, yeah, his name is Mick Maynard. So you were saying with my MMA background knowledge and also knowing a pretty high up Mick in the UFC, would you consider working with him and Dana White? I got you. So in other words, would I consider going to work for the UFC? I think it depends on what it would be. You know what I mean? I think it depends. It depends on like what. Like if they, I would because it would be a pretty cool opportunity, but it just depends on what role. But yeah, because Mick is a great dude. Mick is a great dude. But like, if they wanted me to like be a writer for their website again, like that kind of I'd never do that again. But other forms of like content or like hosting some sort of like shows or podcasts or stuff like that for sure. Hey, what up, Lordy? Good to see you, pimp. Yeah, if it's stuff like that, I would do. But not writing and coverage. Man, I got so burned down on that. It really, really made me hate it a lot. And just dealing with the scene and the people made me hate it. Pod said UFC is not as fun as it was in the 2010s. Chris said WWE greater than MMA. Ooh. I don't know, man. I don't know, Chris. Here's my problem. I have a hard time getting past the scripted outcome part of WWE. The soap opera stuff. As just a pure fight purist. And I grew up on wrestling. Don't get me wrong. I grew up on wrestling. Me and my buddy wanted to be the Rock and Roll Express. You know what I mean? Like, Junkyard Dog was my favorite wrestler. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Terry Taylor before the Rooster. The Rooster was fucking terrible. But, and then I came back to wrestling briefly during the Rock and Stone Cold heyday. It was fun. It was funny and entertaining during that. But then it got silly again. And I can't do it. I just don't get into it. And I just don't. And I've met wrestlers. I've known wrestlers. And it's just not my thing. This is not my thing. Not my thing. But I used to be big into boxing. I used to be a big boxing fan. And same thing, man. I fell in love with MMA, and it was just boxing was not my thing anymore. So people's taste change. I used to hate Chinese food. Now I love it. So never know. What up, Joe Pro? Joe Pro said, glad I made it in time. I want a job way up in the woods. And coming from me, that means something. Yeah, no shit. Oh, HD Net Fights was dope, B. Hannon. Yeah, this is definitely not the golden era of the UFC, that's for sure. I will say that. It's definitely down. But I also haven't watched them forever, so I can't even tell you the talent level that's out there. But it just feels like the dynamic of it. There may be great fighters, and maybe it's just because I'm not in it, but yeah, at one point in time, man, there was some amazing fighters in the UFC all at once. And I don't know if it's like that anymore. Lordy said, if the Mets don't win today, I'm switching to the Marlins. Bro, what is wrong with your Mets, man? Don't worry though. The Astros ain't doing much better. Man, everybody, Dodgers too, man. Yankees, like, trust me, man. It's in the water. It's in the water. Somebody had said the other day that they looked at the Cubs, the Mets, the Padres. They were like, one of those teams is going to miss the playoffs. Cubs, Mets, Padres. They were like, one of those teams is going to miss the playoffs. One of them is due for a monumental collapse down the stretch. Who's it going to be? I was like, wow, that's so true. That's going to be wild. Joe, bro. Mets gonna Mets. Another news. Fuck the Dodgers and Yankees lose. I gotta find that. Where's it at? Yankees lose. My headphones.
Yankees lose.
Total Dallas said I vote Astros. Well, we can't vote Rangers because they're not good enough to even be near in it. So, okay, I'm not proud of this. We need to talk about this, people. We need to talk about this. By the way, I'm probably gonna have to cut the show short today. As I explained in the beginning, for those of you that decide to be somewhere else, gallivanting around, doing other things. This will be the last show of the week, unfortunately, because I'm headed to Little Rock. And because life has decided to shit in my cereal over the last 45 days, I still have to buy my wife a car. And we have yet to get that accomplished. And in the meantime, because we don't have her a car, her rent car is gone. And so now I have to go rent a car because since I'm going out of town, she has no way to get to work. So that's a fun expense for no reason. So yeah, I gotta go to the rent car place, get her a rent car, and then drive up to the dealership in Conroe to get her, or to try to negotiate a deal on her car, and then pray that it gets here in time for next week. Just hoping that it gets here for next week. That's all we can do. So, Trump said, Barry, I told you quit kicking the Dalai Lama's dog. I didn't do no such thing. Begging a Little Rock. Yeah. Little Rock doesn't even sound like a real place. No, it is. It is. It absolutely is. What up, Jen? My buddy got a new job at a Cadillac dealership. Well, we don't have Cadillac money. And he said it might be cheaper to Uber a few days than renting a car. No, actually, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rent the car and I'm going to drive it to Little Rock and let her just take my car to work. And that way we just put the miles on the rent car instead of mine. It's actually not bad. And I'll tell you why. You see this? I finally joined the old folks club. Folks, I'm not proud of this. Oh, real quick. Let me just do this before I forget. I just want to say thank you to Sylvia for her Thankful Thursday last week while I was out on the road. Very sweet of her to remember the show, remember me, and contribute to the show. So, Sylvia, you are the sweetest, and I certainly do appreciate you. And thank you for sending in a Thankful Thursday. It means the world to me that you continue to support the show. And without you, it is impossible for me to do the show. Without all of you, it's impossible for me to do this show. But I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you to Sylvia for sending in a Thankful Thursday. So thank you, sweetie. Very much appreciated. Joe Bro, thank you for the 303 bits, buddy. Beat me to a Laminac. Put the miles on the rental. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, Donna, no, don't worry about it, Donna. That's not why I did that. I always just try to thank who does it. I don't do it to make you guys be like, oh, I didn't do it. I do it to say thank you to those that do. Please don't feel like you have. Please, Donna, you have done enough. Don't worry about it. Did you get moved? That's the important thing. Did you get moved? Told Alice, hey, Patreon family, Truman can't afford a Cadillac. What's up with y'all's levels? This is embarrassing. As I remember, I need to update my debit on there. Shut up. Where'd you go? Where did you move to, Donna? I mean, you don't have to say like where, because there's creepy people on here, but trust me, I get it. Joe Rose said, are we missing any birthdays? Let's frunk all over ourselves. I wish I could, bro. I can't drink. I can't do it. No, we don't. Our next birthday is not until like the end of the month. It's like the 28th, I believe, of August. Why didn't that work? Dag nabbit. Potch, what'd you do? How come that didn't work, huh? What did you do, Potch? You done messed it up. Damn it, Potch. I'm gonna be jacked up the bot. I don't think it's in the alert settings. Yeah, no. Let me go back to, I think it's on the Nightbot page. Let me go look at Nightbot and see why it's not working. Joe Bro said, well, fuck you, Laminac. I guess I'll drink alone. Man, brother, I wish I felt better. Heartthrob had a funny joke earlier, and I was just like, That's what sucks about being a stand-up comic is I have to now drive to Little Rock, and go perform and pretend like I give a fuck and like I'm excited. I didn't do shit. Yes, drinking and car negotiating. Still by the gallery about a mile closer. Oh, that's good. How come Nightbot's not working? What the fuck? No, you probably didn't have a funny joke earlier, Total Dallas. Yeah, why is Nightbot not working? Don't need song requests, chat moderation. Is Nightbot not working over here? Oh, Nightbot's not working on Twitch. Let's see. What'd y'all do? Did you guys do something to my Nightbot? Huh? It says Nightbot moderator. Maybe I have to re-enable it. Nightbot is drunk. Oh, it came up. Did it finally work? Looks like it did, huh? Okay, well, how come Patreon didn't work? Oh, is he being slow about it? Will the comedy workshop make me funnier? No, it can't make you funny. It can make you a better comic, but it won't make you funny. Oh, finally. Okay, it is working. Fuck. I guess I just had to go log in again. That's crazy. I guess because I hadn't been there in a while. I don't know. That's weird. Huh. All right. Let me tell you about this thing. Nightbot About got hacked. Yeah, Nightbot About got the shit beat out of it. So, I had to rent a car and also needed to book a flight to Chicago because I'll be there next month performing at Riddle's Comedy Club in Indiana, south side of Chicago. Well, southeast of Chicago, northwest part of Indiana, right there. Anyways, I'm flying to Midway. But I was like, man, I got to rent this car because the insurance money is done. And I've been on the road a lot. One thing I started doing, by the way, pro tip, because we're all in Houston, man, one thing I did is I started downloading all of the gas station apps for my phone. Like, my next fill up, I could save 55 cents a gallon at Shell. What? On average, the gas station just over here in front of my house, just when I use the little app, I save 10 cents just by using the app. Dope thing about the Shell app, you ain't got to get out of your car. It's pretty dope. You just sit in the car, you pull up to the gas pump, and you say, I'm at pump number 9. And then you say, I want to use regular or premium or whatever, and it starts the pump. You don't have to get out. You don't have to get out your wallet. You don't have to put your card in. You don't have to do anything. It's all done from the app that starts the pump. Then you get out and just pump and get back in and you're done. What I like about that is if you forget your wallet at home or you've lost your credit card or whatever, you can always use your phone and the app on the phone to get gas until you find it or whatever. So that's a really cool thing. If you've misplaced your wallet or whatever, that's always an alternative. But also, along with the savings on the gas, either 5 or 10 cents a gallon, you can do the rewards. But they also then have like savings on stuff in the stores, and each gas station has their own apps. Okay. So that's whatever. But because I'm always traveling and on the road, I use that a lot. So no matter what gas station I go to, I just pull up their app, save some money. But when it came time to rent a car, I was like, man, I wonder what's the best way to save money on a rent car. And so I joined AARP. God damn it. I'm not proud of it. Okay? I'm not proud of it. I'm not happy about it. But I did get a good goddamn deal on a rent car and a flight to Chicago and porridge. Jen said, no shame in that. Get all you can. No, there is shame in it, Jen. Immediately, I was just like, yeah. Fuck. That was the most defeating $15 I ever spent in my whole life. It's $15 for the year. You join it, and all they show you is pictures of these old bitches, just these old ass fucking geriatric looking bitches. And by bitches, I mean men and women. Y'all know me, bitch don't have a gender. But they just got these geriatric looking motherfuckers all throughout the app and the fucking website. And I'm just like, man, fuck these people. This is not me. This is not me. I don't sit on my balls yet. I don't do none of these things. But I like saving money. Man, I rented a mid-size SUV for the week. Today, turning it in next Monday. $212 out the door, including tax. I was like, damn, that's not bad. That's not bad. Because AARP has their own like travel website set up through Expedia. You just enter your AARP number. Off you go. I was like, shit. Flights, the same thing. I was like, here's where I want to fly from. Here's where I'm flying to. This is what I need it from. They gave me the... I'm like, shit. And then I noticed that with the app, when I'm on the road, I can be like, hey, I'm going to go eat. And then you get the AARP discount. I was like, bro, this is so goddamn embarrassing. It's really, this is the most defeated I've ever felt. I really feel defeated. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel. Joe Bro said if I cash in all my points, I think I'll own an Exxon station. Damn. That's dope. Told Dallas that I can't beat Walmart for diesel prices right now. Oh, that's good. Joe Pro tips. Use the gas station rewards every time you fill up the company truck on company car. Oh, hell yes. If I cash in all my points. Told Dallas that AARP, did you get a free walker? Kiss my entire ass. Hotel savings. Yeah, Donna, that's my next one is, you know, because sometimes my trips are long and I have to like stay a night somewhere. And what I've been doing is I'm like, man, I'll stay at like a Airbnb or something because it's cheap. And I'm like, man, I don't want to like, I'll end up getting a nice room, and not nice room. I mean, Holiday Inn Express or something decent, but it's like, I don't want to spend a ton of money, but you know, I end up losing a little bit because I don't want to stay in some shithole. Fuck you, Dubs. Hate you. Hate your whole stupid face. Dubs, I swear to God, I hope. How old are you, Dubs? How old are you, Dubs? How old are you? How old are you, Dubs? No, Comedy Murder Cabin is not in Little Rock. The Comedy Murder Cabin is in Lowell, Arkansas. In Little Rock, they have a condo, a house that they put us up in. We'll be staying at I just found out we're staying across the street from the casino Wednesday night, tomorrow night, and then Thursday through Saturday, they have their own house / they call it a condo, but it's a house in a neighborhood near the club. Nice little quiet middle-class neighborhood. It's nice too, man, because, you know, nobody bothers you. I can go smoke a cigar on the patio or porch or whatever the fuck I want to do. And, you know, there's no neighbors like upstairs or next to you or whatever. It's a house. It's nice. Jen said, well, at our age, we're closer to the end than the beginning. True. Terrence said, not me. I can't wait for my AARP card. Really? Like a badge of honor type shit? Amos says, shit. You better take advantage of it because the way this administration's roll, you might have to work 30 hours a week to get that in a few years. Dubs, fuck you. Dubs said you can stop at Denny's to get the early bird special. I said, how old are you? He said 45. Bitch, I'm only 6 years older than you, Dubs. I'm only 6 years older than you, man. My half sister is fucking 10 years younger than me. I'm 10 years older than my little sister. So you can suck my left nut and make my right one jealous, Dubs. You dirty bitch. Fuck you. You old too. Dubs, 45 ain't young. Fuck you. I know you got gray hair on your balls, PP Dubs. Fuck you. You got gray asshole hair and everything. You got skin tags on your underarms. Fuck you, Dubs. Old ass. Kiss my ass. Fuck you. I know. I remember 45. Fuck you. Old ass. Kiss my ass. Dubs is right at that age where your heels just are rough for no reason. You know what I mean? Your heels is just rough. You know, you got rough heels, you got gray hairs on your balls, skin tags on your underarms for no reason. You're not at the point where you just look down and you'll just have a sore on your arm. You're like, I don't remember getting that. Where did I get that from? You know what I mean? You ever seen just old people that just have a little scab or a sore for no reason? You're just like, where did I get that? Dubs rocking them liver spots like emeralds. That's funny. That's fucking funny, Flip. B. Hannon said, I feel old. What, you got all that shit? You got all that shit, B. Hannon? Dub said, not AARP old, though. It's coming, bitch. 5 years. Trust me. At your old ass age, bro, that shit just start. It goes by quick now. Ask everybody in here that's 50 or older. Them years just, once you hit 45, 50's next. You're just like, what happened to 6, 7, 8, and 9? You don't even get to see them, bro. You just look up and it's just 50 and Metamucil and fucking sucks, man. So good luck. Fuck your old ass. I just hope you randomly just accidentally pee a little for no reason. Cause it's coming, bitch. It's coming. I can't wait. You just about a year or two away from being at the urinal. And then you get done peeing. You're like, all right. Oh, nope. Thought I was done. Damn. Thought I was done. But there was 3 more drops in this bitch for no reason. Donna said, heck, I'm going to be 69. I like this year. Hell yeah, Donna. That's the best age. 69. And Donna's a spry 69 too, so that gives me hope. Because, man, half of the motherfuckers in this chat can't keep up with her. For real. Y'all couldn't keep up with Miss Donna, I'm telling you. There ain't no way. I know I couldn't. There's just no way. I couldn't keep up with Miss Donna or Cece. Them some partying ass animals right there. Just forget about it. So yeah, I joined AARP and I'm not proud of it, but I did it. And now it's a little embarrassing, but you know what the worst part is now when I go out to eat, I have to ask people if they take it. hey, do y'all take AARP cards? And then they're going to look at me like, what? Because look, man, I am not, I am not saying this to be braggadocious. I am not saying this to gas myself up. But I have people all the time tell me, they're like, when I tell them my age, they're like, man, no, you look like you're in your late 30s, early 40s. You don't look 51. Now, the gray and the beard, yes. But this is a recent addition. But if you just, they're like, no way, man. And so, yeah, it hurts. It hurts. Fucking hurts. Excuse me, miss. Do y'all take Do y'all take Apple Pay? Fuck, I can't do it, bitch. Look, just do y'all take Apple Pay? I can't. Amos said AARP been sending me shit since I was 25 because I'm named after my dad. That's funny, bro. TD don't look a day past 60. Total Dallas looks young as fuck. What are you talking about, bro? Black don't crack. You can see. Look at the picture. Look at the picture. Look at that picture. Look at that picture. That man is 107 years old. That's crazy. 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 Black don't crack, bro. Black don't crack. All right. I think we're about to bounce. I think I've done all the damage I can do today. Total Dallas said I don't feel young. Well, Jeff Bell said I'll use AARP. No shame in my game. Man, I don't know. I'm just not ready to admit I'm old yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not ready for that. Just not ready. Just not ready. So it's whatever. Total Dallas refuses to age until the Cowboys win again. All right, Benjamin Buttons. Imagine being old with young ass kids. Oh my God. That was my dad, bro. My dad had my little sister when he was he was born in 44. And she was born in 84. So he was 40? That's crazy. That's way too old to be having kids. 40 years old and you out here having children? Damn, Jeff Bell said, I'm 57. My son is 13. 57, 47. Damn, Jeff. Jan, 40? That's crazy. That's crazy. What up, Jacob? Jacob said, you pumping out kids now, pimp? Hell no. No. I almost said something really dirty that I would have gotten in trouble with my wife. Not doing that. Not doing that. 43 with a 7-year-old here. Okay, well, that's not, mid-30s is, most people tell you you're supposed to have a kid in your 20s. You do it when you're ready, but that's just, 40s is crazy. 40s is crazy. My sister had a kid when she was like mid-40s. And I was like, first of all, bitch, You're too goddamn old to be fucking. Second of all, you too ugly. Third, you know damn well you too old to be having kids. You just Flip said grandmas nowadays are 35. Damn. Jen, you're not gonna be 49. You crazy. Ain't no way you're gonna be 49. You lying. You lying. Damn, Jen. You lying. What? Damn. Black really don't crack. That's crazy. That's crazy. Jen, you look amazing for 49, sis. Go off. Jacob said if my sister has a kid past 40, that kid won't have an uncle. Oh, man. All right, look, I can get out of here. I'm going to head to the rent car place and do this shit, and I got to get back and pack for Little Rock. I hope you guys had a fun week. I'm sorry I'm not feeling myself. This is Perry, fine ass. Terrence said, I just turned 48. Well, you ain't a chick, bro. I'm not telling you look good, Terrence. Fuck you, thirsty ass. Fuck you, Terrence. Stop being thirsty and chat with a bunch of dudes. Damn, bro. Come on. Fuck. Goddamn, Terrence, making it weird out here. Terrence comes switching through the chat. Hey, y'all, I'm 48. Man, go sit your switching ass down. I love you, Terrence. I'm just fucking with you, bro. All right. Oh, thank you, Uriel. Thank you, Flip. Thank you, Alex. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. Hey, by the way, fuck, my bad, Jen. You all right? You guys, make sure you sign up for fantasy football. If you're a Patreon member, Terrence said black don't crack. We done covered that. Make sure you sign up for fantasy football, man. We're doing it again this year. We're trying to get up to 3 leagues. We need 8 people to sign up. So get with Jen. Her email is jen@barryondeck.com. If you're a Patreon member, thinking about being a Patreon member, you can absolutely join just for the league and then quit when you're done. That's fine too. But join the league. Get with Jen, and she will get you in. It's a good time. It's a fun time. I give out cash and prizes, and it's a good time. I promise. And we're also doing the pick'em contest again this year, and it was $20 to enter, right, Jen? I think we did $20 to enter last year for the pick'em contest. Yeah, it was $20. So this is what the final leaderboard looked like last year. This was week 18, and every week we'll have a matchup for Barry on Deck, and you pick who you think is going to win the fantasy matchup, and then I'll show you, here's the teams. This was week 18's matchups. This was Perry versus Mark G, and you pick who you think's going to win. I'll show you. If you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, you don't. And then the player or the person, the deckhead with the most points at the end, wins the first place money, and then second place wins the second place money. What we did is ended up splitting the second place money 3 ways because it was a 3-way tie. And if there's a tie for first, we'll split it that many ways. Okay. So, get in. We had Alex won $162. Jeff, Skiggity, and Jesus split $69 3 ways. But it was a lot of fun, and it was $20 to enter. You make your picks. You get a point for each one right. And you get $1 back for each pick that you get correctly. So Alex got $13 back on top of the $162 that he won. So for example, you look on this list, Sylvia, she got $6 back of her 20 because she got 6 picks right. So, I mean, it's a fun thing. So it's cool. So make sure you do that. And again, just email Jen, let her know that you're in, and she'll collect your money. And the way that you pay is the way you'll be paid. All right. So get with Jen. Ask her about the Pick'em contest that will start week 1 of the football season. And ask her about fantasy, and she will get you in on that as well. All right? All right. Awesome. Now let's bounce. All right. Yeah, we usually do it based on draft availability. I did want to do a Champions League. We had enough, but we would have to go back and find and get everybody. I kind of did want to do that though, Jen. Because this is now what, year 5? Because we did 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. That's 5 years. And that would be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to see maybe we could just do a League of Champions or winners and then keep them all in one, and then everybody else's leagues 2 and 3. And I think that might be kind of a fun thing. So we'll see. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate you, sweetie. But yeah, Jen, just shoot me a text and I'll explain it or whatever. All right. We'll get this rent car and try to buy this car and be done with this shit and close this chapter of my life. And then come home and pack and make some merch and get on the road to Little Rock. And I will see you guys next week, man. Hey, I love all of you. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week. And I will see y'all on Monday of next week. And in the meantime, enjoy your sports the rest of the week. Go Astros. Go Texans. Go Cowboys. Go Saints. Fuck the Rangers. But also do me 3 favors. Be safe. Be kind. And most importantly, love each other. And I'll see y'all next Monday. Bye, guys. Oh, that's dope. Thank you, Posh. Posh said if you need me to be a commission, let me know. Hey, thanks, Posh. Thank you, Total Dallas. I still love you, buddy. See y'all next week, everybody.
And he's making a YouTube video!